1. Call Me By Your Name. The main content of the book Call Me By Your Name. The story is narrated through a flashback by Elio Perlman. Every summer, Elio's family invites a student to stay with them for 6 weeks to help Elio's father with the paperwork. That summer's guest was Oliver, an outgoing, carefree American student who was the complete opposite of Elio's introverted personality. After a few interactions, Elio realizes that she has feelings for Oliver but is afraid that he does not have the same feelings as her. Although often classified as a novel NBSP, gay, the NBSP, sexual orientation NBSP, of the characters in Call Me By Your Name NBSP, is never directly mentioned in the story. The feelings of each character are shown through their actions, such as how they are jealous, lustful, satisfied, tormented, longing for each other. Throughout the book, Elio has repeatedly expressed his feelings to both Marzia and Oliver. As an archaeologist, Elio searches for the groundwork for his desires, uncovering himself, and defining his strange new feelings for Oliver. 2. Brokeback Mountain Love Story. The main content of the book Brokeback Mountain Love Story. Brokeback Mountain Love Story tells the story of two men, Ennis Del Mar and Jack Twist, both epitomized by the manly American cowboys of the 1960s. NBSP, in the summer of 1963, they were reunited. Hired to tend a seasonal cattle ranch on Brokeback Mountain, a fictional mountain. Over a period of time living and working together, feelings gradually developed between them. They love each other, infatuated with each other. But when the herding season ended, they too had to be separated, the intense youthful affection between the two forever buried in the Brokeback Mountains. But when the herding season ended, they too had to be separated, the intense youthful affection between the two forever buried in the Brokeback Mountains. Although they love each other, both are not happy. There are too many obstacles between them, such as family, social prejudice, etc. Especially Ennis. When he was a child, he was taken by his father to see the body of a gay man who was beaten to death. That image always haunted Ennis. He loves Jack but feels disgusted, wants to deny his feelings. While Jack is always ready to throw everything away to be with Ennis, he just wants to hide. 3. Loner. The main content of the book The Lonely. If you are looking for a novel that can realistically portray the life of a third-gender person, The Lonely Man will not let you down. The work depicts 24 hours of George, an English professor living in a Southern California suburb. He is adjusting to the loss of his life partner of 16 years, Jim. Jim's death after a car accident has made his life increasingly standstill. Through the work, we will witness the effort in a day like so many other days of George, to be able to live the life of a person who was almost dead. Efforts to blend in with the masses, efforts to overcome the haunting of the ghost of Jim. He had to accept to forget his ego, to put on a mask to protect him from the stigmas of society at that time, when he was free. For Died in Venice. The main content of the book Dead in Venice. The main character is a middle-aged writer who has devoted his life to pursuing a career and has made a name for himself through perfectionism towards himself and his works. He was ordained an aristocrat. The work was included in textbooks to teach elementary school students. But like many people in this world, once they have reached the peak of fame and past the late afternoon, people often feel lonely and also want to do something to cleanse their souls, to be young again, to live a new life, but not everyone is lucky enough to do it. Aschenbach decided to travel to the city of Venice, where he met a boy less than 18 years old. At the first meeting, he was captivated, fascinated by the boyish beauty, which he described as angelic beauty, the most perfect beauty that nature creates, and he was fortunate to witness. During the time in Venice, I followed you, looked at you every day, followed you everywhere in Venice, wanted to start a conversation, but didn't he say it because I was old and it was still a brother. It was a love that according to him the battlefield is not successful. But according to Aschenbach, it was also not a one-sided love, because the boy saw him watching him but did not denounce it, and also lazily turned back to his vision, smiling at him. Throughout the story, the two did not say a word to each other, did not get to know each other even though they had looked at each other for hours and more than a month in Venice. After that, even though Venice was having an epidemic, Aschenbach stayed behind to wait for the other boy. Oi. One day, the boy's family knew there was an epidemic and decided to leave. And while the boy was still playing outside on the beach waiting for the administrative arrangements, Aschenbach was relaxing on a chair outside on the beach looking at his lover one last time. Then that beautiful image followed him into eternity.